during the early evening, then gradually clearing with a low of 41. Veterans Day sunny with a high of 55. Thursday night partly clear with a low of 35. Friday sunny and breezy with a high of 47. Friday night mostly clear with a low of 28. I'm Lars Johnson, KOFO News.
Stay tuned for the following special presentation from 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO.
KOFO is your sports source for East Central Kansas and home of Ottawa University Brave Sports. And tonight we welcome you to the Kessinger Show, live from Primetime Grill at Fusion Alley in South Ottawa. You can join us live at Primetime Grill during the show and enjoy their delicious Kansas cuisine, while we share some time with OU Braves head football coach Kit Kessinger. Tonight's show is brought to you by Primetime Grill at 2204 South Princeton Circle Drive in South.
From Primetime Grill here on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO, KOFO.com. We're also on YouTube, where I have been handed a list of words that we cannot use this week or things to talk about. But we won't go into that. We'll be good boys this week, apparently. Is that okay, guys?
Sure. I don't think we were very controversial.
No, I don't either. I think their algorithms are a little off, but it's okay. It's all right. We gained a new fan.
Yeah, we did. I understand. So.
Yeah. And we'll say hello to our new fan in our shout out section here a little bit later, and appreciate him tuning in tonight and listening last week, and so that's pretty awesome right there. We're at the end of the season. I'm a little sad. It feels like it just started.
Yeah, you just need to power through tonight.
We're going to power through.
You got plenty of support. You got plenty of support here tonight. Yeah, just power through it.
There's going to be nothing but bro hugs all over the place for this one here tonight, as Ottawa University gets ready to finish off the regular season. It's at home, which is a plus.
It is. Yeah, we're looking forward to being at home, and it'd be a senior day.
Senior day, 20 seniors.
Yeah, 20 seniors right now. That's we have a couple of those that are, I think, contemplating their return because they have that additional COVID year. So we'll have to see how how close they are to graduation, that sort of thing. Because obviously, at some point or another, we have to turn them into adults and send them out into the real world.
Well, that's what we'd like to think, but obviously it didn't work in my case. I'd like to claim I'm an adult.
Yeah, it's always a good goal.
Yeah, no. The goal, though, pick up a win in this final game of the regular season. Had a tough one last week against Sterling, and I don't know that we really want to rehash it. I mean, there's not much to rehash.
Yeah, we gave them way too many opportunities, and I talked to our guys. Offensively, we had our meetings, and I was talking to our receivers and quarterbacks, and we go in at halftime 14-0, and one of those 14 points is offensively. We throw the ball behind them on a screen, and it ends up being a scoop and score. Which three bad things happened on that play. One, we threw it behind them. Two, the receiver tried to catch it with one hand, and three, the guy that ends up scooping and scoring, we were blocking. Well, we were supposed to block. We made contact, and then we just kind of gave up on the play. And three things that we don't. We make sure that we worked all week on throwing, and we work every week on throwing top shoulder for screens. Catching the ball with two hands. I kind of have this little saying that says two hands while learning. It's kind of like when you're learning to drive, got to have it at 10 and 2 hands while learning, and then finishing off the plays with our blocks or runs or whatever it might be. And so we go in and 14-0, and and it's one of those things that we just didn't ever build any momentum up offensively. We just kept on giving them the ball back. I think we ended up with 6 turnovers on the day, which is quite a few.
That was
and it's 21-6 game, and we gave up 6 turnovers.
Yeah, which really is I think one of the most disappointing things when you take a look at is the defense held Sterling to 21 points and was able to. I mean, Sterling, they converted a lot of third downs. I get that, but all in all, if you give up 21 points, that should lead to a win.
Yeah. Well, as a team, we gave up 21 points. Defensively, they only gave up 14, and one of those was on a trick play. So, I mean, not that trick plays aren't part of the game, but if you think of, traditional offensive plays and that sort of thing, we gave up one touchdown. And that's kind of the thing that you're looking at is this, just building that consistency. And I think part of that is I think we've got some, pretty decent senior leadership, but we got so many inexperienced guys that are still learning how to do the little things in order to be successful every weekend.
I want to go and talk more about the scoop and score. What is when you sat down and you talked with everybody involved? I mean, what were they just shocked? Was it what led to that, and just the lack of a reaction?
Well, it was. Dylan tried to make a play back on there. I mean, it was behind him, and he's running away behind him. He gets turned all the way around, and he gets his left hand because we were going, on the radio dial, we were going left to right. So he ends up, as he reaches out with it with one hand, almost kind of, bats it away from him. But it's, it comes down to, if the kid that's supposed to be blocking the guy blocks his guy, we have a chance to at least jump on the ball. And it doesn't end up being a scoop and score, but it was one of those things. You had three bad things happen on the one play that ends up, when you do that in the game of football, you're gonna cause not usually a positive thing to happen for you. And it just so happened that it was pretty easy to pick up and scoop and score because there was nobody left, wet field and that sort of thing. There's nobody going to be able to take it, catch them.
When you take a look at the game as a whole, and it just seemed like something was missing. It just from everything. It just, I don't know. It just seemed off. When you go back to take a look at the film, were you able to pinpoint anything in particular?
Well, I think it was just one of those things that you go back to. Even the K-Dub game is just missed opportunities. Making certain plays. I mean, whether it was in the special teams or offense or defense or wherever it was just plays here, missed opportunities that start building momentum, that build confidence, and and make you feel that you're going to be able to have a successful outcome, whatever it is. And it was just every time we started getting something going, like defense would get a 3-and-out or something like that, we'd have some things go against us. I mean, we have I think that one of their punts that pinned us down to the 1 yard line might be the best punt that I have seen all year. I mean, he had the nose down of the ball. He had the nice, backward kick of it, lands right on the 1 yard line. It was he had even had the wind behind him, and we had told Dylan, hey, you're just gonna have to fake him out, and hopefully we can get it. If it's high, the wind takes it into the end zone. And I mean, he couldn't have put it in a better place. And then we come back, and we have, all right, we're backed up. Most people in the will think that you're gonna just try to nudge it out of there, and we've got one-on-one matchup with a backup corner, and we don't run a very good route, and the quarterback then puts it on the wrong spot. And so what it ends up being is it ends up being an interception, instead of a big play for us. And I'm pretty confident guy, when it comes to things, and I think I'm on the sideline, and Coach Mendez probably attests to that. And we line up, and I see who we've got, matched up, and I say over the phones, I go, I think we're going to set a record for the longest pass play in Ottawa University history. Because we got the whole matchup that we wanted, and it's just, it just wasn't executing. We never hit those strides like you're talking about. The things that are missing was just the consistency in executing what we needed to do on, whether it was the quarterback communicating or blocking, or, getting the kick up on a wet field, and, getting used to, going out and getting grass. And I think that's the thing that we talk to our kids about, is that there's a lot of aspects in the game of football The initial one is, being able to do your fundamentals, to block, to tackle, to play catch, those sort of things. But then learning that there's a strategy to things and how you're setting up plays. But then understanding even another element, which is what you're playing on, the surface that you're playing on, the wind that might be that day, the rain, if it was rainy, and in this case it wasn't, but it's all those little things come together. And I think that that's one of these things these kids miss by playing so much Madden and NCAA football, is they don't go outside and, hey, the wind blows, or they don't play in the rain, or they don't do that sort of thing. I think that's probably lost on these kids is part of it.
I would not disagree with that right there. But what I will do is I'm going to take a break. We're going to take a break right here. We're going to talk about the game with Bethany. Then we're going to talk about seniors.
Yeah, we've got a lot of them.
And then we're going to crown a Homer Call champion.
Awesome.
Does that sound like good enough strategy
that sounds
here?
Great.
Okay, so we've got a game plan. We're going to try to execute it properly. I'm going to follow my lead blocks. And I'm going to tell you that we're at Primetime Grill at 2204 South Main here in Ottawa. And you can enjoy Kansas cuisine. And tonight you can enjoy the Poncho Super Cheese and Super Chili and Cheese Burritos. You can come out. We're here till the top of the hour doing the Kid Kessinger Show. And you can see the 4 incredibly fantastic gentlemen that are in front of me. And I'm looking at Coach Coombs, who is exuding happiness, excitement. You can come out and get a hug from him. But first, we'll take a break. You're listening to us on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO and KOFO.com.
It's the perfect combination of food, fun, and football. The Kent Kessinger Show, Tuesday nights at Primetime Grill. And that combination just got even better, because now you can enjoy the show while you enjoy a blast from the past. Poncho Super Cheese or Super Chili and Cheese Burrito. That's right, Poncho Super Cheese or Super Chili and Cheese Burritos are back, and they're only at Primetime Grill on Tuesdays. Enjoy all of your other menu favorites, the full-service bar, and more at Primetime Grill, 2204 South Princeton Circle Drive. For game time and Poncho's Burritos, it's prime time. 132 conference championships, 146 NAIA scholar teams, 43 NAIA national tournament appearances, and 237 All-Americans. Ottawa University has a long and rich tradition of Braves athletes that continue to compete at the highest level of competition, utilizing state-of-the-art facilities, accomplished coaches, and a spirit that only comes from wearing the black and gold. Push yourself to limits you never imagined as a student athlete at Ottawa University. Visit ottawa.edu/OUKS.
When a nasty cold keeps you up all night, Vicks NyQuil Severe gives you powerful relief from your worst cold and flu symptoms, which changes a night that sounds like this into a night that sounds more like this. Ah, that's better. NyQuil Severe. The nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, sore throat, stuffy head, aching, fever, best sleep with a cold medicine. Use as directed.
Napa know-how.
Right now, a 5-quart jug of Napa full synthetic motor oil is only $19.99. It's the hottest deal of the year for the coldest time of the year. So if you're in your car right now, there's no need to turn on the heat. I'm about to read this sizzler again. That's Napa full synthetic for a hot $19.99. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating locations, does not include taxes and fees. Advertised sale price not available in some states. Offer ends 12/31/21.
What3words.com is part of a new mapping system that the Franklin County Emergency Communications Center can use to determine your location. This system divides the entire surface of the Earth into a grid of 3-meter squares. Each square is assigned a unique sequence of 3 words that will never change. These words can be provided to emergency personnel to direct them to your exact location. Suppose you're in a large public area, such as a hiking park or stadium. An address might give the 911 dispatcher a general idea of where to find you, but What3words.com narrows that general idea to a precise spot. You can utilize this service online at What3words.com. That's 3words.com, or download the app for immediate access. The Franklin County Emergency Communications Center encourages parents to add the app to their child's phone and instruct them in how to use it. As always, if you have questions, the Franklin County Emergency Communications Center is here to help. This message is brought to you by the Franklin County Emergency Communications Center and KOFO.
Back here on the Kid Kessinger Show, live from Primetime Grill. You have us, Breaker 19, Breaker 19. We're on 1220, 103.7 FM, KOFO, KOFO.com. You know, you can order online, but why would you want to do that? Because you can come see us. But if you want to order online, go to primetimegrill.com. You can also order over the phone, 785-242-7841. And you can get some fine Kansas cuisine. But I say, why would you want to do that when you've got these gentlemen here until 8 o'clock? So, Bethany on Saturday, I know that's an important game to you, right under Kansas Wesleyan, playing the old alma mater.
Yep, definitely.
And every opportunity to finish out the regular season on a positive note and try to build towards next year. What has your message been so far this week to the players as you guys get ready?
Well, I think we kind of hit it on the post-game show of just getting an opportunity to be able to play as opposed to got to be able to do things, you know, or having to be able to do things. And told the guys, you know, today before we started practice and then at the end of the practice, you know, that everybody still has, you know, there's always a little gap. Everybody has a little gap between their potential and where they're at. And whether you're a guy like Jacob Garcia, who's been one of the most outstanding defensive linemen that I've coached in 18 years of being at OU, or even Colby Johnson, who's the current all-time, you know, tackles leader and that sort of thing. And, you know, I kind of, you know, pointed out some of our guys that are all-American type kids that everybody still has a little potential, you know, anything that they can continue to work on. And, you know, if they make that, you know, they're making that choice to come out to practice, they get an opportunity to make themselves better. And that's where we just need to keep on focusing on that. They've got after today, they've got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, they got 3 more practice opportunities. We do young guys. Some of our guys that have been, you know, whether they're, you know, on the 3rd team or 4th team and that sort of thing, not getting a ton of reps and games and stuff, that maybe have been playing some JV for us. You know, we spend some time at the end of each practice this week, you know, for sure. We've been doing it a lot during the season, but every day we'll have something where they're going to get reps of running our stuff, our offense versus our defense, to continue to grow and go. And so that's one of the things that we preaching. And then the other thing that I preach, because, you know, I'm a little bit of a nervous Nelly when it comes to that, is that you don't ever take anything for granted when it comes to this game. You know, you don't count your chickens before your hatch. You go out there and you have to prepare to win, and you have to then deserve victory because you prepared for it. And, you know, we can't take Bethany lightly. I love playing against my alma mater. I love beating everybody. So it's one of those things that, you know, we want to end it on a positive note, because if you look back at the games that we've played over the last 5 weeks, you know, we've had some pretty good momentum and success to be able to build off of, and this would be a great way to be able to do it. Send off our seniors with a great final hurrah, and then kind of jumpstart us as we get into our preparation for the next season.
Coach Mendez offensively, it's Julian Mendez, by the way. We hadn't said his name yet. I'm not being a proper radio journalist here by not doing that, but Coach Mendez, Bethany has on the defensive side, they've struggled. They've given up a lot of points, but again, like Coach Kessinger said, as a team, Ottawa can't take that too lightly, and they're not going to be able to just roll their helmet out there and expect success.
No, not at all. I mean, no time in this conference can you just show up and win a game. That's the fun part about being in the KCAC, is each week is going to be a fight. Each week, when somebody plays against Ottawa University, they're going to bring their best. I mean, that's one of the best things about being within the conference, and it's going to happen with Bethany as well. And you've seen last week and in the last couple of weeks, they've been able to fight. There was something within watching some of their broadcasts within the last 2 weeks too, of seeing them as they seem a little bit different. They were working off some momentum as well, defensively, of being able to get some stops, and they're going to play hard. I mean, and like I said, everybody's going to come into our game and play as hard as they can, because they want to, wherever we're at, we're at the top of the conference or the middle, people want to be able to knock us off.
What do you see that this Bethany defense is going to be challenging for this Braves offense? What are they going to throw at you?
I think everybody, when they play us, is going to bring some type of a pressure look and try to put us in a bind and really put us in a spot of where we're not comfortable. Defensively, they're going to change some things up within their fronts and give you a different look and try to give you some pressure and probably pressure our offensive linemen and pressure our quarterback to make some bad decisions, which every defense's goal is to put that spot. And with us offensively, we want to put pressure on a defense and really try to take advantage of them full field.
Coach Nick Davis, defensively for Ottawa, over the last few weeks, there's been some momentum building and seen things continue to pick up and find some positives. But same question for you guys. Even though Bethany has struggled offensively, they've got some players out there you got to keep an eye on, and you just can't take it easy on them.
Yeah, no, they have some weapons. Number 5, one of their wide receivers, he's got 33 catches on the season, I think 4 receiving touchdowns. They played him a little bit at running back. He has a 20.8 yard per carry average as a running back on his 6 carries this season. So he's explosive. Their running backs are really good. And their last 2 football games have been their best games offensively. They put up 450 yards and a bunch of points last week. So they probably feel like they're hitting their stride here at the end of the season.
And it's a good time for them to start feeling that way. But for the Braves defense, what's it going to take for them to stop this Swedes offense on Saturday?
Yeah, I think the things that have shot the Swedes in the foot all season is they've given up 31 sacks on the season. They've given up, I think, about 90 tackles for loss. So they've been in some bad situations. So we need to be able to take advantage of those opportunities. Our sack statistics and TFLs have not been what I think we could have. So if we can get after them, we can put ourselves in some very good situation. And we just got to contain their explosion players and be able to tackle and finish and get off the field on 3rd downs.
Special teams coordinator. As my microphone goes dead. So special teams coordinator Wes Coombs joining us here. And special teams, I would imagine it's the same thing for you guys, is you got to control what you can control and try to put the opposing team in bad positions.
Yeah, they're a little unpredictable. They've had a lot of moving parts on special teams for them all season long, even going into last week. So it's going to be big for us this week to be very, basic in our approach and do the things that we've been doing all season and just be really good at it and try to be consistent through the game. There's a lot of games this season where we've been really good and maybe 3 out of the big 4 or some things like that, where if we can put everything together and have a really good special teams day, that's going to really affect Bethany.
We've seen at times special teams for Ottawa being able to make some big plays, maybe to affect things one way or the other. For the special teams in itself, what maybe do they need to do differently this week that they haven't?
I think it's just being a little more disciplined in some of our different situations. I think our kick returns, we've had opportunities to have really big plays out of that, and we've just missed one block here or one block there, and it ruins the whole thing. The same with, even like kicking field goals. We haven't really taken advantage of some good field position where we should get points. We've kicked some low balls, and we've had some bad footing on some things, and it's just stuff that was uncharacteristic. Like we didn't show it earlier on in the season. And it's just trying to stay confident with those guys and try to keep them confident and tell them that, we're going to get things going. They're going to make kicks, and we're going to be all right.
Coach K, I didn't realize, I completely forgot that you guys didn't play Bethany last year.
No, you have to go back to 2019.
And that was 38 straight until COVID hit. Did it feel funny not taking on Bethany last year?
It was, I don't know if funny was the word that I would use for it, as we got into the week of Bethany, and then all of a sudden we're playing.
Yes.
Because they opted out once they got to March, and that sort of thing. So I don't know if that was the case. But yeah, it was interesting that we didn't play them last year. And COVID had some crazy things going for it, but yeah, it's always a good, it's always a good game. I mean, we start off. I remember my career here in 2004, and it's a tight ball game, 9-7 I think is what it was, and we've had some really good games against them, that have been positive in our favor, and then they've had some good ones there. It's always interesting when we play them at home here, and then also at my other home, my original home in Lindsborg. So it's usually a good game. I know that I think my first year here that I think my coaching staff that I had, got me some balloons or whatever and said it was from the Swedes and whatnot, and played some pranks on me and that sort of thing. But I know Coach Smith used to always wear his Swedish meatball shirt and that sort of thing. Yeah, so yeah, it's definitely one of those games that you pencil in that you want to do well.
You like I went for the double entendre with the funny there. Was that?
Yeah, funny, haha, and funny, not so haha.
Yeah, funny with that. It's kind of funny. You just decided not to play at the last minute type stuff. Yeah. You know what? We'll take a break here. When we come back, we're going to talk about seniors because there's a lot. And we'll have to condense. This will have to be a Reader's Digest condensed version, but we'll discuss about some of the seniors when we return. Don't forget, we have Homer Call coming up. We will crown a Homer Call champion here this evening, and all that and more here on the Kent Kessinger Show, live from Primetime Grill. We're located at 2204 South Princeton Circle Drive in South Ottawa. And we'll be back with more of the Kent Kessinger Show on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO and KOFO.com.
Tired of the same boring burgers from yet another national chain? Break that chain with a visit to Ottawa's locally owned and operated Primetime Grill. What have they got? How about 8 kinds of salad for lunches that are light on calories and loaded with flavor? Maybe you'd like a big, crispy platter of fish and chips. Hot wings? Pork loin. Of course, if you still want that burger, you can choose from 7 mouth-watering options. Primetime Grill. What are you in the mood for?
Ottawa University has positioned itself as a distinctive and rapidly expanding institution, known for its innovative educational models, exceptional value, and special ability to prepare diverse student populations for lifetimes of enlightened faith, exemplary service, inspired leadership, and personal significance. With numerous undergraduate and graduate degrees in business, education, arts and sciences, athletics, and more, you'll gain the specific expertise you need for a lifetime of significance and prosperity. Find out more by visiting ottawa.edu/OUKS.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Get ready for a fantastic night of country music, Friday, December 17th at the Ottawa Memorial Auditorium. It's a benefit show for the OMA, starring Jason Eady.
It's quiet around here for Saturday night. You're the reason we're in AM country heaven. FM country heaven. Okay, whiskey treats me better than that old 3-2.
Jason Eady, Friday, December 17th. Tickets are only $15 and it all goes toward a new marquee for the auditorium. This concert is dedicated in the memory of former OMA employee Kelly Hawkins. There's no better way to celebrate Kelly than to put together her 2 favorite loves, country music and the OMA.
What are we doing? Are we getting back to normal? They will find we're somewhere we ain't never been.
That's Jason Eady, Friday, December 17th at the Ottawa Memorial Auditorium.
We're planning a trip to Spain later this year.
But our Spanish
is pretty bad. So we're using Babbel.
Babbel's conversation-based method teaches you real-life words and phrases. And with Babbel's interactive bite-sized lessons, you'll remember what you learned.
There's no easier way to learn another language.
Ahora hablamos español.
He just said now we speak Spanish.
Babbel, language for life. Now try Babbel for free. Just go to Babbel.com. That's BABBEL.com.
Napa know-how.
Right now, a 5-quart jug of Napa full synthetic motor oil is only $19.99. It's the hottest deal of the year for the coldest time of the year. So if you're in your car right now, there's no need to turn on the heat. I'm about to read this sizzler again. That's Napa full synthetic for a hot $19.99. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how.
Napa know-how.
At participating locations does not include taxes and fees. Advertised sale price not available in some states. Offer ends 12/31/21.
We return to the Kent Kessinger Show. When we left you, we had a rundown of what we were going to do, and then during the break, it came to our attention that there were a bunch of other things we needed to do too. So, first of all, we got to say hello.
Yeah, we better say our hellos.
We got to get that.
So stick that part of that game plan. But we did have a halftime, went over the game plan, and we added some things.
We're going to mix it up a little bit.
Yeah,
absolutely. So, first of all, I got to say hello to Ottawa City Manager Richard Neinstead, who tuned in last week and enjoyed the program. So, God bless you, sir, for listening. We appreciate it. Maybe next year, come out for a show.
Absolutely.
Why not? So hello to him. Hello to Amy. Hope Amy's doing well. And my mom and my aunt. The modem.
Grogans.
The Grogans.
Yep. My mother-in-law, my parents, Coach Kerr probably is for sure listening in.
Absolutely.
On his drive back home.
The American Dream, Coach Kerr.
Yeah.
Yes. Let's see here.
We got all the dogs.
All the dogs.
All the animals.
Colby Johnson's dad.
Yep.
Roger.
Yep.
Smith. Who we live?
So we've got the Millers.
The Millers.
Yeah,
yes.
the Millers.
I'm gonna need a scorecard. We're starting.
Yeah, it's getting to be quite the rundown of things. When it was only 2 or 3 that we had, it was pretty easy.
Yeah.
Oh, Heather's listening.
Hey,
Heather.
All right. Yeah.
We got it on the World Wide Web. We were concerned at the beginning, but it looks like we caught up.
Yeah, well, yes, and I mean, we haven't done anything to get kicked off yet, so
okay.
So we're good there. I should not be getting any notices tomorrow or anything, as far as I know. So that's a positive. Also positive. You guys are doing a food drive this weekend.
Yep.
Talk a little bit about that.
Well, we got a food drive going on. We've teamed up with the SALT group, which is basically it's a student athlete leadership team, and they've done some different things throughout the year. But we've teamed up with them to be able to do a food drive. So we have looked at things like Hope House would need. We have we have a food pantry at Ottawa University, for maybe some students that are off campus that need some things as well. We do a lot of those different things, and it's a great way to give back to the community because the community does a great job of supporting our athletics programs, particularly football. We've had a really good relationship with the community people here, since I got here, in 2004. And so we just wanted to be able to hit upon those and be able to give back, now that Hope House has moved on to 19th Street. 17th Street, on 17th Street. Sorry about the wrong address, but I drive past it every day. And so it's an opportunity to be able to give back to the community and help out. So we have some stuff on social media. It'll be on Ottawa Braves football, both Facebook and Twitter. Come out. Want to bring a couple different non-perishable food items. We'd love to have them. See how many pounds of stuff that we can give back to the community.
So if you're coming to the game, please help donate. It's for a good cause, and especially at this time of the year too.
Yeah, it's getting close to Thanksgiving, and I know that Hope House in the past has done some different things with just Thanksgiving meals too. But this will help them as they serve a very important need in our community.
There was something else we had the All Scholar team.
Yeah, so the KCAC announced their Scholar Athlete team. And for football, we led the way. Ottawa University led the way with 16 members of the Scholar team. So some familiar names that you know, like the Colby Johnson and Colton Davis, but then also, all the way down to you have to be at least in sophomore year of school. Had to be in our program for at least a year. So those guys were Bryce Capron, Jonathan Fox, Devin Johnston, Jan Kiwu, Kalen Kemp, Reese Jones, Colby Johnson, Grant Goldman, Hayden Ingman, Colton Davis, Trevor Concher, Jamison Nussbaum, Marcelo, better known as Junior Villa. Vaughn Schrock, Jensen Riffle, and Dakota Lind. So we led the way and beat all the rest of the KCAC foes.
That is
that
outstanding.
category.
Outstanding. So not only being able to have some quality athletes, but some minds behind them
Yeah,
too.
you have to have your minimum grade point average is 3.25, so everything's above that.
That is awesome. Congratulations to them. Congratulations to the university. Should be absolutely proud.
Yeah, it is. It's a really nice thing. A good feather in our kids' camp, because we tell them to be, to work to be the best in everything, and that includes the classroom. So it's really nice to see that they're getting that honor as well.
Final game coming up for some of these kids. Some might return.
Yeah,
but
there's a couple.
But man, it's been such a strange period of time for these young men as they're going through a pandemic and all that fun stuff. Talk a little bit about the senior class and what they mean not only to you but to the program and to the university.
Well, we're gonna recognize 20 of them, and of those 20, and I'm just gonna spitball and I'm trying to think of the names and everything like that of the guys, but most of them, I want to say about all but 3 or 4 of them are 4 to 5 year kids in our program. So they came in as true freshmen, and they've been through our program, and that was something that is a huge change. The fact that we're going to have 20 that have been into the program, they've been 4-year guys. Because when I first got here as a part of our program, I mean, we didn't even have anybody graduate the first spring I was here. I went to graduation and grabbed the program, and there's no football guys listed. And then to have, as many transfers at that time that we had, we just were young. We didn't have a lot of young guys, and to be able to see the fact that the last couple of years that we are a majority of 4 and 5 year guys, that's what you aspire to, in building a program, is to have a bunch of guys that have been through and go 4 or even 5 years. And we don't do a ton of redshirting, but be able to get those guys to be able to play that 5th year, they're usually a lot better and they understand things, and it's just a great opportunity for them. But we have some really good 4 or 5 year guys, and then we had some transfers that like Greg McMahon, who's now been in the system for 3 years, that came in that have been players for us from the day that they came in the camp.
And finally getting some of that, it's good for them also to be able to finish at home.
Yeah, absolutely. To have your last regular season game at home is the way that you would like to do it. We're going to have, as usual, it's nice to do it at our place, is to have the senior walk where we set up the tunnel as they're walking off the field for the last time as a collegiate athlete, to be able to have that at your place and not to be doing it at other people's places, is an awesome experience.
We're going to have that game for you on Saturday. Pregame is at noon. Kickoff is at 1. Of course, on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO, KOFO.com, OttawaBraves.com. We will talk to you in pregame, but we will not talk to you at the postgame.
Yeah,
as
we'll be doing the senior walk.
The senior walk will be going on, so that's more important. Probably be graced by Coach Mendez on
his way down. He'll be a brief stop. I mean, it takes a while to get them all organized, so that's the one thing we got going for you is in the post game. You got to get them all lined up, and it takes a little time.
We can maybe not talk about the game. We just have bad Mendez sports takes, so we'll just do that. So that's a segment coming up. I promise we're going to do that at some point in time. We're going to take our final break right here. When we come back, we are crowning a Homer Call champion here on the Kent Kessinger Show. So get your scorecards ready, get your listening ears on. We're going to have a champion when we return. You're listening to the Kent Kessinger Show live from Primetime Grill at 2204 South Princeton Circle Drive in South Ottawa on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO and KOFO.com.
It's the perfect combination of food, fun, and football. The Kent Kessinger Show, Tuesday nights at Primetime Grill. And that combination just got even better because now you can enjoy the show while you enjoy a blast from the past. Poncho's Super Cheese or Super Chili and Cheese Burrito. That's right, Poncho's Super Cheese or Super Chili and Cheese Burritos are back, and they're only at Primetime Grill on Tuesdays. Enjoy all of your other menu favorites, the full-service bar, and more at Primetime Grill, 2204 South Princeton Circle Drive. For game time and Poncho's Burritos, it's prime time. 132 conference championships, 146 NAIA scholar teams, 43 NAIA national tournament appearances, and 237 All-Americans. Ottawa University has a long and rich tradition of Braves athletes that continue to compete at the highest level of competition, utilizing state-of-the-art facilities, accomplished coaches, and a spirit that only comes from wearing the black and gold. Push yourself to limits you never imagined as a student athlete at Ottawa University. Visit ottawa.edu/OUKS.
A love story is worth singing about, especially when it's the story of musical legends Johnny and June Carter Cash. Take a journey filled with music, laughter, and love when you join the KOFO Travel Club this January 19th to see the world premiere of Johnny and June, only at the New Theater Restaurant. This brand new concert tribute features Scott Moreau and Ashley Penco in the leading roles, with a special appearance by Kathy Barnett as Minnie Pearl. Enjoy your favorite Cash classics, including Ring of Fire, I Walk the Line, Folsom Prison Blues, and many more. Sign-up deadline is Monday, December 20th. Tickets are $74. Join the fun when you join the club, KOFO Travel Club, from KOFO 1220 and 103.7 FM. Reservations are expected to fill up quickly, so claim your spot by calling 785-242-1220 or 785-242-2212.
When a nasty cold keeps you up all night, Vicks NyQuil Severe gives you powerful relief from your worst cold and flu symptoms, which changes a night that sounds like this into a night that sounds more like this. Ah, that's better. NyQuil Severe. The nighttime sniffling, sneezing, coughing, sore throat, stuffy head, aching, fever, best sleep with a cold medicine. Use as directed.
'Twas the season of cheer and joy filled the town, except for Scrooge with his perma-frown. The gift of a Peloton bike touched his soul without doubt.
Work, 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 Peloton.
When your workout's a joy, it's a joy to work out.
You can do it.
The original Peloton bike at our best price ever, $39 a month. All access membership separate. Terms apply. See website for details.
Final segment here on the Kent Kessinger Show for the 2021 season. Hey, we finished an entire season in the same calendar year, so congratulations. That's a plus right there.
That's a big gainer from last year.
Absolutely.
Oh, I got them all in.
What is the farthest distance you've thrown a visor, Coach?
20 yards.
20 yards? Nothing more than that?
No, 20 yards. That's a good 60 feet, right?
Yeah, that works for me.
Good math.
Yeah. Did it catch some wind or?
No, it was like a Frisbee. It was before Frisbee golf, but yeah, 20 yards. I was actually in South Dakota. I flipped it out to and imagine this, Coach Mendez, an offensive lineman missing a block on a screen. Flicked it out there, and it landed where he was supposed to make his block. It was pretty fortunate because then they turn around to pick it up, and I'm like, no, leave it there. That is where you're supposed to make your block. Yeah. But then I had guys that would come over during practice and could tell that the visor was about ready to fly, and they would just put their hand on my head. So, and then it was good. So we were all good.
All right, hey.
No, I didn't. Yeah. I haven't thrown my hat in a while.
Little Incredible Hulk action right there, just with the visor.
It was part of it. Kind of was the things that I learned and I've taught in quarterbacking. You know, just how to flick the wrist and everything like that. It was I was really efficient. It was a one foul swoop. I could take it off my head and flick it in the direction that it needed to go with pinpoint accuracy.
That is impressive.
No, I had a lot of practice for a while.
It's that
a lot of practice.
It's only that kind
Coach
of knowledge.
Mendez got one.
Oh,
once or twice in his day.
it's only that kind of knowledge you're going to find here on the Kent Kessinger Show. So, guys, are you ready to crown a Homer Call champion?
Yes, absolutely.
All right. So this is the finals. This is any biases before we should know for picking a winner here before we go. We need to clear the air.
I'm a big fan of Southwestern and Sterling's announcers. Just, if I'm going to throw that out there.
Okay. All right. So it's fair enough. So this is clip number 1 for everyone who's listening for the first time. We're going to listen to the best of the worst and determine who is a champion for Homer Call. I am not a part of this because I would win every week because I am god awful. So here we go. Here's the first clip.
So the Warriors have to forget about it. It's 3rd and 10 Bethany at the Warrior 29, 16 seconds left with a 21-19 Warrior lead. And again, now each team has 1 timeout left. Personnel 4 wides. Twin receivers each direction, ball on the right hash. Allen the lone back, 3rd and 10. 3-man rush. They flip it out in the flat to Allen. Turns the sideline. Now they're in field goal range. Allen may score. Touchdown, Bethany. Wow. A stunned Warrior crowd, and now there's just 7 seconds remaining.
Good times right there. Feeling the life sucked out of a place, and someone having kittens in the background. That is number 1 right there. Number 1. Here is cut number 2, a Friends Bethel special, and I think this one is maybe a dark horse.
16, a gain of 6 that time from, actually they're going to give it a gain of 4 on the play for Landon Barnes. Okay, gain of 6, yes, what it is. That's, I got that confirmed. 3rd and 2 now for the Threshers. Landon Barnes right up the middle, touchdown, Bethel. From 16 yards out, Landon Barnes takes it in for 6. It's 13-3. Threshers pinning the PAT.
That's right. Pinning the PAT. Okay, so that's clip number 2, the Friends Bethel special. Now, here is a Sterling Southwestern moment. This is Coach Davis's jam right here. Let's take a listen.
Patient. Yeah, I think you're right. It's hard. We saw it with Tabor 2 weeks ago. I mean, they have so many freshmen. They just, in our league anymore, you just got to develop guys and maybe take your lumps for a year or 2 before you can really compete. Here is Richardson. Pressure coming up the middle, and Richardson will be brought down at the 46-yard line. Sacked by a host of Mound Builders. There's Shane Rodriguez coming out of the pile with his traditional pump of the fist.
And it looked like there was some pushing and shoving in that power right there.
It's football, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Gentlemen, those are the 3 contenders for the Homer Call Championship right here. Big moment. There's no CFP. There's no College Football Playoff Board. There's no Condoleezza Rice. There's only you 4. Coach Nick Davis, your vote.
The Southwestern guy, he's just electric. I've listened to a few of their games this year, and he does a great job.
Okay, Coach Mendez.
Obviously, he's only electric because you're not in the tallying of the people there, Bob. So we're going to go ahead and go with the number 30 clip.
Sterling. All right. Coach Coombs.
I really like the second clip, but I forgot what the teams were that were in it.
The Friends Bethel?
Friends and Bethel. I like the Friends Bethel clip.
All right. So, Coach Kessinger.
You know, it's a tough one. I mean, I'm gonna by default, I'm gonna tell you that it's not gonna end in a tie.
Yes.
Right? it's not. We're not Ted Lasso coaching soccer in England. So I actually still got to go back to the 2020 game with Sterling and Bethany, and just ripping the soul out of everything, and then the crowd noise behind it. That was just it gets me every time. It just really gets me every time. The thing that I will say about the Southwestern Sterling, best color person in America, right there.
Yeah,
I mean, right there, the color. So I'm still gonna go with the first clip, but I think that means that clip number 3 is the champion.
That is Sterling, and Southwestern is your Homer Call champion of 2021. Congratulations.
Trophy's in the mail.
Trophy is in the mail.
Yeah, it's good. Well, we have to get it etched, right?
You got to get it etched. That we don't have that on standby. We're not that good yet, but it's coming. So congratulations. We have our champion, Sterling, Southwestern sound clip, and just have a couple minutes left here in the program, and we'll let you, as always, Coach, your final words as we head into the final game of the regular season.
Well, number one, excited for our team to be able to, if we put things together like we can do, I think, we're going to come out with, hopefully with a victory to send our seniors out. I mean, that would be great to be able to do for them. It's a food drive. We're doing something special for the community. So another very positive thing that, we try to do from our program and stuff. But, it's been great to be able to this year, include our staff as part of this Tuesday night extravaganza that we have. And to be able to break it up a little bit. So Bob, you and I aren't boring the people out. Obviously, we're gaining fans by bringing these guys in. I mean, no doubt.
Yeah. Well, I think it's all about Coach Coombs.
Well, definitely, he's electric. For sure. But then, just to give a thanks to all the people that have supported us this year, the fans that have come out, the Brave Nation, the alumni that we've had back. It's one of those things that we try to do at the end of the year is just say, thanks, for what your support is. And what you've made a difference with our program, and hopefully our kids can continue to build upon as we go into the off season with the returners and come back in next season 2022. Man, that's a lot of numbers, a lot of twos, to be able to get our team going back and competing for a conference championship.
I want to say thank you to the guys joining us as well. Thank you to Coach K again for another fantastic season for this show. Thanks to Primetime Grill for hosting us.
They've been excellent. We've sampled a bunch of their menu for sure. So
and maybe next year it's going to be what Coach Coombs ate. We're going to have that segment.
Yeah, with Coach Davis probably giving his food critique.
Yes. Now I think. I've got it. We're building it. The next year, we're going to have it. We got a little mixture coming up here. That'll be fantastic. So, again, a reminder: we have the game for you on Saturday. Pregame at noon. Kickoff is at 1 here on 1220 and 103.7 FM KOFO, KOFO.com, OttawaBraves.com. I want to say thanks to Lars Johnson back at the station, keeping us on the air for the final time for this year. Thanks for listening to the Kent Kessinger Show on 1220 and 103.7 FM.
Your number one choice for information, sports, and entertainment in East Central Kansas. KOFO, K279CS Ottawa, where keeping you informed comes first.